Hello, it is Monday, October 17th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Monday puzzle today, so we have what should be a nice, approachable puzzle to help us settle into the solving week, which is always a good way to kick off on Monday. And this hopefully approachable edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Lewis Williams, Jenny Montague, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in sustaining this channel and this series. I do very much appreciate that. And if you'd like to become one of them, a benefactor, and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve. And there, you can also become a patron at any level and get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. And thank you to everybody who's done that as well. Thank you to everybody who's been a patron of any sort at any tier. I do very much appreciate that. And do subscribe to the channel as well, the YouTube channel. If you've been enjoying these, consider passing it on to a friend. Maybe like a video or two, and you could join the Daily Solve Discord chat server in a link in the description field underneath the video as well. And that is a nice, friendly community over there. Okay, so let's get on to the puzzle. I don't have a lot of time today, but that should be okay with the Monday puzzle. And this is a debut. It's a debut Monday puzzle constructed by Karen L. Robbins, her first for the Times, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. It'll be a themed puzzle, of course. It's a Monday puzzle, so it will have some sort of theme, but it shouldn't be a very tricky one. And let's start solving. Cain's brother. All right, biblically, this is Cain and Abel. So let's look at the downs coming up from that. Opportunities to face a pitcher would be at-bats in baseball. That's at least one thing I know about baseball. Having a concern for wealth and respectability in slang. Is that bougie, I suppose? Derived from bourgeois. I mean, that seems probably what that's referring to. Kind of list with checkboxes, a to-do list. And like humor, that's even more far out. It's not just edgy humor, it's edgier humor. It's even more far out. Like Bo Peep's sheep, her sheep in the nursery rhyme were lost. Yes. This just made me think. I guess she lost her sheep. I guess you could say we don't know if the sheep themselves are lost. Their location is only not known to her. Perhaps they're intentionally wherever they are. One who asks, "Hey, what's up, Doc?" Bugs Bunny. That's, of course, his catchphrase. College URL ender is .edu. Common ending for educational institutions. Vehicle for moving day. You could have a moving van. And a traveler's stopover, you could stop over at an inn. Like a stereotypical fairy tale stepmother, well, as in the tale of Cinderella, they're often... Oh, no, those are the stepsisters. Right, who's an evil stepmother? I don't remember, but they're often evil. Evil step characters for some reason. Non-experts are laymen, frequently. And SNL alum Carvey, Dana Carvey, American comedian. And Latin singer blank Anthony. Oh, Mark Anthony. Is that spelled M-A-R-C, probably? Not sure. I might just leave that just so I don't accidentally trip myself up later. Just in case. Popeye's ascent could be I. As a sailor, I suppose Popeye would use that sort of response. Comic book sound effect is BAM, probably? Is that? Yeah, feeling of anxiety. Agita. There we go. Or agita. And cartoon character who once had a club named after him. Oh, what is that? Mickey Mouse. Oh, the Mickey Mouse Club. Right. Yes. That was on television? That's still around? I have no idea. Okay, jarring noise at 6 a.m. An alarm clock, perhaps. Indeed, always a jarring noise. Not sleeping. Well, if you've been awoken by your alarm clock, you are awake. And summer in French is été, French word for summer. For real, colloquially. Not sure about that. What about this? Flying solo. If you're flying solo, you're alone. And your family members are your kin, your family, straightforward. And back in time, so 6 years back in time, 6 years ago. Oh, for real, colloquially is legit, right? So shortening of legitimate. And then something just outside the front door is a welcome mat. Oh, so we have Bugs Bunny. I just realized we had Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse. So clearly we'll have other cartoon characters in the grid, and that will be the theme, and they will be referenced in that revealer down there. Let's just look at it now. Why not? You have my full attention, or something 17, 24, 38, and 51 across might say. I'm in tune or something? That's not going to be correct. Well, maybe they're not cartoon characters, because I just noticed 51 across says second in command on the USS Enterprise. And I think unlike the USS Enterprise in yesterday's grid, which I think was not a Star Trek reference, I think this one is a Star Trek reference. And is it Mr. Spock? So they're television characters more broadly rather than just cartoon characters in particular. That's interesting. So what might they say? You have my full attention. I don't know. Keep looking. This will be the day that I die. Final words in the song American Pie by Don McLean. Icy. If something's icy, it's cold. Middle of the leg is a kneecap. It's right in the middle there, I suppose. Okay, the Bruins of the NCAA. So this is UCLA, the University of California at Los Angeles. Their mascot is the Bruins. And Connery, who played James Bond 7 times, that is, of course, the late Sean Connery. Ice cream mogul Joseph. Oh, it must be Joseph Edie. That is an ice cream brand. So that must be, its namesake must be Joseph Edie. And then here we have hosted informally, emceed, so served as the master of ceremonies. And what about this? We didn't look at this. Belgrade native is Serb. Serbian. Okay. Bill of fare at a smorgasbord is a buffet meal. Baseball legend Willie, known as the Say Hey Kid. Oh, well, Willie Mays I've heard of, certainly. So does that buffet... Why can't I see what that is? Annoying. Okay, if something is serving a purpose, it is utile, it has a utility. And a race with a baton is a relay. The same old place to be stuck is stuck in a rut. And Magna Carta is the extremely old British law that sort of enshrined rights for the nobility in England. Property rights and things. Okay, iconic magazine cover figure who asks, what, me worry? Iconic magazine cover figure. Why don't I see that? Not sure. Obama Attorney General Eric Holder. That's another U.S. political clue there. And then peacekeeping group since 1949 could be NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Oh, right. This person, that's funny. This person was that's so weird. This character was in the crossword a couple of weeks ago without the E. So I think this character was in the crossword as just Alfred Newman, but here is the full Alfred E. Newman. So this is the mascot of Mad Magazine, the humor magazine Mad, and Alfred E. Newman is on, I think, most of the covers. Okay, author Capote to friends, Truman Capote, known as True. And terrible mistake, a snafu, situation normal, all fouled up, or something stronger than fouled in U.S. military slang. And prefix with lock or freeze is anti-lock or anti-freeze. Hasty escapes are lambs, you're on the lamb, beating a hasty escape. And response to a relatable meme in internet slang, it me, indeed, is what people say. I haven't seen that much recently, but that was a thing people said years ago. It me. I wonder if this is the first time this has appeared in the New York Times crossword. Resident of a virtual city. It could be Sim, as in Sim City, the computer game, the simulation game. And to weep is to cry. South and Central American mammal related to the raccoon, the coati. I sort of think of that as kind of a crossword animal, but I actually don't know if I've encountered it in the crossword very often. It just seems like the kind of knowledge that would pop up in crosswords. I don't really remember if it does or not often. Anyway, if something will harden into bone, it will ossify. And of course, that os is the Latin root for bone, I suppose, in lots of bone-related words in various languages, not just English. Snare is trap, and person, place, or thing. It's a category that includes nouns, that sort of defines nouns. To entertain lavishly is to what, regale, maybe? Not sure about that. Let's check the crosses. Mother of one across. Mother of Abel is Eve, and so another Book of Genesis reference there. And then to infuriate somebody is to anger that person. If you are opposed to something, you are averse to it. And this parenthetical bit here means we're going to apply the two both to the clue, opposed, but also to the answer, averse. So we say opposed to and averse to. And it just gives us a bit of a tighter match. I mean, I think especially maybe on a more difficult day, you could just have opposed, averse. I think that would be perfectly fair. The two just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, served without ice at a bar. So a drink served without ice is served neat. And many a new driver is a teenager, a new car driver. In addition, also, straightforward enough, oh, I'm all ears, right. That's what links these characters. I completely did not pick up on that. These characters all have conspicuously large ears. Bugs Bunny, of course, has tall rabbit's ears. Mickey Mouse has large, sort of dinner plate-sized circular ears. Alfred E. Newman, I think, just has big ears, and Mr. Spock has sort of pointed elfin ears. So there we go. All right, I'm all ears. You have my full attention, of course. Honoree of many classic tattoos. Mom, classic subject of a tattoo. You see that sort of sailors and people like that often have that in films and things. Okay, circle part. A part of a circle would be an arc, part of the line that describes the circle. A meadow is a lay, or lee, I should say. And golfer's warning shout. Golfers shout 4. To let you know ball is incoming. And then Village People Classic with a pantomimed chorus is, of course, classic song YMCA. Okay, what else? Bill of fare. Oh, right, this is that buffet thing. Why can't I see that? I don't know. You are here. You are here. Participated in a marathon, e.g. ran a race. Cause of a swelled head, an ego, maybe? And to send elsewhere as a specialist. You could refer somebody from, say, general practice to, I don't know, an ear, nose, and throat doctor or something. Hollywood representative is an agent. And a mocking retort to Captain Obvious could be no duh, maybe. So let's look at the downs. To put, oh, I see, not to put in, but rather in the past. Yesterday you put coins into a meter. Yesterday you fed that meter. And buffet menu. Oh, not Willie Hayes, Willie Mays, I'm sorry. After I even said, oh, I've certainly heard of this person, and then completely butchered it. Very sorry about that one. It never fails. I really genuinely shouldn't try to know anything about any sport because it never works out well. I mean, it almost never does. Okay, anyway, buffet menu. There we go. And finally, you are here. We are here on Earth. There we go. Fair enough. That's true. And that's the crossword. So I think indeed a pretty approachable puzzle. I think Alfred E. Newman, I remember when this character came up in the crossword recently, and quite a few people did not know that name, which honestly isn't a big surprise. I mean, I've never even read Mad Magazine, so I'm not even sure why I know that name. But it's certainly not as ubiquitous in the culture as Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse, or Mr. Spock, I don't think. But there we have it. That was, it was a relatively straightforward puzzle, so I would say hopefully you could get it with crosses. There might be some difficult ones, though. Eric, if you don't know Eric Holder, although again, if you could get the rest of Eric, Eric is a very common name, so you could hopefully work backwards to Alfred E. Newman. Truman Capote, maybe. I don't know. That could be a tough one. Yeah, there might. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear if there are people who really particularly struggled with that entry due to lack of sufficient crosses. But anyway, that was the Monday puzzle. And as I said, not much time today, so I do not have time to do yesterday's clues, so I'm sorry about that. But I hope you enjoyed the puzzle, and I'll be back tomorrow, of course, for the Tuesday crossword. It should be another relatively approachable themed puzzle, and so do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.